On your feet! Get them going!
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever the case may be. Welcome to Cross Examinations Live. I'm your host, Mike S. Miller. You are on Blacklist Universe. If you have not already, then please do like, share, subscribe, join, go down into the link description and get some comic books by me. Bless This Mess, the comic about my family. Lone Star, the comic about a hero you can believe in again. And get some loot from the Red Bubble store that allows you to get lots of fun stuff from this channel and related comic book properties like the Magnificent Seven, etc., 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 as seen on, oh my gosh, you know what? I could probably sell that Gun Girl print as, like, right now on my store. What am I thinking? Man, when she shares that thing out, that gets a lot of clicks. Burrito Boy, no. What are you talking about? No, today on the show, identity politics hurts the church. And I got a couple of related articles. And then we'll roll on into Psalm 43. Now I have to look it up. Psalm 40, 40 something. Psalm 43? Is it 43? Are we in 43? Or is it 42? 45? It's 44, isn't it? Dang it. Next chapter. And then we'll be rolling into Psalm 44. Yes, I do this every day, so I know how to count one day after the other. Let's say hi to some people. D Fresh, what's up, Joe K? D Fresh, Bright Glory, Jeff Pats, Ninja Ka, Captain Hiltz, Zach Richmond, hello, Timothy Best, Roscoe Davis. What is up, everybody? Please, if you would, please like and share. Like everybody and share, which is what I'm about to do because there's only 15 people in here, but whatever. Twitter. 15 people is the size of a house church. Right? 15 people is the size of a house church. I ain't complaining. 19 people here now is almost the upper limit of a house church. You don't want a house church with like 30 people in it because that's crazy. 20 people now, I think that's the top. That's about how many people you would want in a house church. Not that this is church, although, I mean, technically speaking, wherever two or more people are gathered, you're having church, baby. You're having church. And now we are surrounded by coronavirus. Uh-oh. Wow. Why do you have to bring that up, Joe? Huh? Oh, actually, that's another topic. You know what? Before we get into the nitty and the gritty, I did see that topic. I didn't read the thing, but let me see. Okay, let me share this because it's so stupid. And as you guys do know, I do love to share the stupid. I love to share the stupid. And so y'all may know Jim Bakker. Jim Bakker has been sort of a weird fraud since I was a kid. I didn't know anything about Christianity, but I knew who Jim Bakker was when I was a kid because he was this shyster religious dude who was like, you know, bilking money from his sheep. He wasn't feeding his sheep. He was shearing his sheep. So let's see what this even says. And who knows, maybe he has had a fantastic change of heart, but apparently he's selling a fake coronavirus cure, so I'm not really sure about that. 2 federal agencies have issued an official warning to televangelist Jim Bakker after he was caught selling products that claim to cure coronavirus. The Jim Bakker Show was among 7 companies singled out by the FDA and the FTC for selling a phony potion silver solution, which they claim can eliminate the COVID-19 virus. In an official statement, the FDA noted it had reviewed the Jim Bakker Show website and found it was in breach of federal rules on the sales of unapproved products. The FDA has determined that your website offers products labeled to contain silver, such as silver sol liquid, for sale in the United States, and these products are intended to mitigate, prevent, treat, diagnose, or cure COVID-19 in people. FDA has determined that these products are unapproved new drugs sold in violation of the Federal Drug and Cosmetic Act, it wrote. Okay, I'm going to flip the script on this one. I freaking hate the way the FDA tries to claim things are drugs suddenly. I'm going to give you a an example. Long time ago, there was a thing that people noticed about eating chicken cartilage, right? Chicken cartilage. They noticed they did this testing, and they found that people who ate chicken cartilage, right, ground up, they would put it in. They tested it, and they found that it would heal or aid with their arthritis. So they broke down what it exactly it is in chicken, what chicken cartilage is consists of, and it's glucosamine and chondroitin. The FDA in their literature started referring to it as a drug so that they could wrap their governmenty little hands around it because it's chicken cartilage. But broken down, it's glucosamine and chondroitin, which everybody knows now after decades later, helps with arthritis, helps rebuild your own cartilages or connective tissues, whatever. And so the FDA and I don't know. I get really paranoid about these guys. Silver solution kills the coronavirus within 12 hours. This is the advert on Baker's website claims that the Silver Solution product has been tested on other strains of the coronavirus and has been able to eliminate it within 12 hours. Other strains of the coronavirus. The FDA warned that if Baker failed to immediately correct the violations, he may face legal action, including without limitation, seizure, and injunction. The FDA considers the sale and promotion of fraudulent COVID-19 products to be a threat to public health. FDA Commissioner Stephen Hahn said in a statement, as reported by CBS News, "We have an aggressive surveillance program that routinely monitors online sources for health fraud products, especially during a significant public health issue such as this one. The federal action comes a week after, blah, 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 blah." Gosh, I don't know who to disbelieve about this one. Silver solution, if he's talking about colloidal silver, I'm fairly certain colloidal silver effects on cold virus. Colloidal silver does something. I'm trying to remember what it was. Healthline risks and benefits. Colloidal silver is a commercially sold product that contains microscopic flakes of pure silver. Usually the flakes are suspended and demineralized. Often touted as an antibacterial agent, topical wound dressing. Some people claim it can cure a cold faster, heal the body better, even treat cancer or HIV. But does colloidal silver actually really strengthen your immune system? That's what it was. I think it was supposed to be an immune booster. Is it actually safe for everyday use? Keep reading if you're considering using colloidal silver. Is it safe? Of course it's safe. It's colloidal. Risks and complications of oral colloidal silver. Colloidal silver interferes with body absorption of certain drugs. That's fine. Health benefits of Okay, there have been some benefits to applying silver-containing ointments to the skin. Health claims of the topical silver include antimicrobial properties, help in healing skin wounds, possible treatment for acne, aid in conjunctivitis, treatment in newborns, acne, topical wound dressing. The NIH, National Institutes of Health, also supports the idea that colloidal silver can be an effective topical wound dressing. As long as used topical in small amounts, it doesn't pose great risk of argyria. I don't see anything about colds, but colloidal silver and cancer. Yeah, I don't know about that. I do believe there are cancer cures that the AMA and the FDA want to ignore. But I've had two people in the circle of my own family who have cured their cancers through diet. So screw you, FDA and AMA. Cured stage 4 cancer through diet. People one person I actually know, one person who was the best friend of my father-in-law. So don't tell me that the FDA and the AMA are straight up on everything. So I'm going to go ahead and, well, knowing Jim Baker, I'm just going to say they're both bad guys in this particular. Smartly utilized small doses beat focus. Lots of topical treatments are toxic if ingested. Silver pillow talk. Yeah, but colloidal silver, see, colloidal stuff, they say tiny flakes of silver. That's not what colloidal is. Okay. Colloidal minerals are, there's three kinds of minerals. There's just minerals in their base form. There are chelated minerals, which are, they're treated to be more absorbable by the body. They're absorbable by about 40%. And then there's colloidal, which is absorbable at about 99%, because colloidal minerals are, plants have a natural ability to break down minerals in the soil, right? That's why farmers like literally put minerals in the soil, because the plants have, over time, plants will absorb all the minerals in the soil. Minerals don't just magically appear in the soil. So the minerals have to be added to the soil for the plants to absorb into their system. When a plant breaks down a mineral, it goes into a molecular state that is so, I don't know, tiny. I don't know how to explain it, but it becomes something that, because we eat the plant, we can get the mineral from that plant, right? You ever seen like somebody say, hey, eat more, what the hell did they tell you to eat to get more iron? Beets? Is it beets? I don't know. There's some plants you can eat to get more iron, because those plants are good at breaking down the mineral iron. And whereas spinach. Whereas if you take iron like from like a 1-a-day vitamin or something, and you go and you look up what kind of iron they put it, they're putting iron oxidase in there. You know what iron oxidase is, right? It's rust. They're putting rust. But if you put the iron in the soil, and the spinach then that can break down the iron into a molecular state that is absorbable by the human body. This is a really, I don't know why I'm telling you all of this stuff. Just, it's kind of tangential, but there are cures to this stuff that I don't trust the FDA. There's a couple of movies you guys should go watch that'll totally make you not trust the FDA. One is The Beautiful Truth. The Beautiful Truth is it's a cancer cure via juicing, and which is, by the way, my friend and my father-in-law's best friend cured their stage 4 cancers. It's juicing, and believe it or not, coffee enemas. But and then the other one is Brzezinski. So there's this dude in Texas, and he's a doctor in Texas. He discovered that there, but he had two cancer patients, non-cancer patients. He tested their urine, and he discovered that cancer patients, 100% of the time, lack an enzyme in their urine that the non-cancer patients had in their urine. It was a direct correlation to people with and without cancer having and not having this enzyme. So he extracted this enzyme and he started using it to treat people, and he was curing people with freaking brain cancer and the FDA came after him. The AMA came after him. There's one lady who was in this documentary who was going to the Mayo Clinic, and she was terminal brain cancer, and the doctor was like, you have 6 months, 6 weeks, 6 months, something like that. And so she ended up going to Dr. Brzezinski in Texas, cured her cancer, called the doctor up like a year later, and the guy's like, how are you even alive? And she's like, I went to this doctor and he used this treatment and blah blah blah, and I'd love to interview you for this documentary we're doing. And he's like, absolutely. Right? She gets to the Mayo Clinic and they have a freaking they won't let her in the building. They won't let her in the building. Cancer is I believe, $10 billion a year industry, ladies and gentlemen. And where there is money, there is corruption. So let's move on. This is a very sad topic. Urine examinations. Wait. Apologies, I distracted you with my health thing going on, but your area's smart. You are as smart. Ozone kills cancer. Does it? Chelated iron also makes your lawn very green. Huh. Yes, beets, spinach, Brussels sprouts mixed with onions for enzymes. Yum, yum, yum. That sounds delicious. Except I wouldn't put beets in. I love beets by themselves. Substances absorbed by the body are often changed on a molecular level. For example, lead or iron have to have a specific ion or atom attached to it so the body will absorb it. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. So like chelated vitamins or chelated minerals will be, I mean, they're much more absorbable than just like, you can't just pop a penny in your mouth and suck on it and think you're going to get a lot of copper, right? So there's different ways your body can absorb it. Chelated is a good way. Colloidal is the best way. So if you can get colloidal minerals, then that's how I would suggest it. Because the body uses minerals, and like I said, they can't be replaced, right? So particularly if you're a runner or you exercise a lot or whatever, your minerals are stored in your body's fat. And so if you sweat a lot, you're sweating out minerals, basically. And if you sweat them all out, you run out. And your body needs those minerals. It's like running a car without any oil in it, right? Without any, power steering fluid. It's like you need certain minerals for things in your body, like skin, your skins, and it's wonderful. I've known about this for 25 years. It's great to see that it is being used now in the beauty industry. Your cells require copper for elasticity, right? So now you see people putting copper in their makeup because it helps your skins with their cellular elasticity. It's not just for your skin. It's for it's for your organs. It's for your blood vessels. Copper is required, a required mineral in your diet in order to keep your body elastic. And we all know when you stop copper-clad zinc. I know that, you know what, Everett Todd, there's enough copper on the outside of a penny that if you swallow the penny, it goes through your whole system. It's not going to get removed and you have a lump of zinc at the end. I think that was 1982 they stopped with the copper pennies. Have you heard of fibromyalgia, and have you heard of any cures for it? I have heard of it. I don't know of any cures. You could probably look that up, though. I'm going to start chewing cables. All right. Let's get to a topic of the day. Keep in mind, this is identity politics is hurting the church. I just thought, did you guys see the video where Joe Biden is endorsing Trump? He's like, we can only re-elect Donald Trump. I'm like, what? Oh, Joe. Oh, Joe. Let's see. Oh, this is the one. Yeah. I just want to click on it. Click on it, please. Clickety click. Why is it not clicking? Oh, there we go. Biden unveils vast LGBT plan overturning Trump's religious liberty protections. Former Vice President Joe Biden unveiled a sweeping plan for the LGBT community last week, pledging to overturn Trump-era religious liberty policies if he became president and promoting passage of the Equality Act, a bill opposed by some gay and lesbian Americans because of its negative impact on women's sports. Biden's 7,000-word plan would also ban conversion therapy, guarantee transgender. That's, I have a friend who went to conversion therapy willingly. This isn't some father sending their kid to conversion therapy. People go to conversion therapy willingly because they don't want to be gay. Granted, there's only about a 50% success rate, but I believe the success rate at Alcoholics Anonymous is roughly 50% as well. So people trying to escape their sin, even those who are willing to, are going to fall back into it. So trying to ban something that someone is willing and wanting to do for whatever the reasons, whether it's religious or not, that's just downright un-American. Well, that ain't American right there. And guarantee transgender students access to bathrooms and locker rooms of their choosing. How many teenage boys do you know who would suddenly yeah, I'm totally a chick, man. Totally a chick. Get me in that girl's locker room. I was just thinking about this. If this kind of mentality goes all the way into the prison system, and you have some rapist being, sentenced, and he's like, "Do you have anything to add, Mr. Rapist?" And he's just like, "I identify as a woman." They have to put him in the women's prison. That's where this leads. That's the kind of stupidity this leads to. People don't think. They think of the, and I grant you, there are innocuous little things. Look, if there's a women's room and there's nobody around, and a dude needs to go to the bathroom, I don't care. I've done that. So what? But making it a law that you have to allow a man in a woman's room, regardless who's in there, or into a locker room, and I don't. Is there just no common sense left in America? I'm pretty sure there is. I think most people have this common sense, and I think there's this tiny squeaky wheel contingent of SJWs who want to divide us, and that is the plan, right? Identity politics, ram it down your throats. It is social, cultural Marxism, and they ain't going to stop. They ain't going to stop. Oh, that's a funny thing. I've actually been standing at a urinal peeing one time because I have long hair. And some dude comes up and I'm like, "Are you in the right bathroom?" I'm like, "Bruh, I'm literally standing and peeing at the urinal." Sorry. Brother. And add a third gender option on government forms for non-binary individuals. No! This is a biological notation. This is a biological reality. You can't, I don't care if people want to do this stuff between themselves and talk whatever he, she, shmee, shmee, shwar, shwee, shwar, shwee, z, vlee, blee. But this is the government. There's a yes or no answer to this. Unless you are a hermaphrodite, you are you're either a plug or you're an outlet. All right. Plugs cannot not be plugs unless you clip off the plug part. Anyways, let me move on to that. The plan lists the accomplishments of the Obama-Biden administration for the LGBT community, such as ending Don't Ask, Don't Tell, implemented by Bill Clinton, and promoting the legalization of same-sex marriage, opposed by Barack Obama. But the fight's not over this. There's no consistency on the left on this issue. It's ridiculous. The Biden plan pledges to overturn a 2019 Trump religious liberty proposal that would allow faith-based adoption and foster care agencies to receive federal grants if they don't place children in same-sex homes. Okay. I'm not going to make some people happy about this. I don't. Ideally, placement in a male and female, a married couple, that is the ideal. And that should always be the preference because children need a mother and a father. I do feel bad for gay couples who want to have a child but can't, obviously, because they don't have a plug and an outlet, do they? So there's no electricity there. But the children matter more than any adult's desires, right? I don't care what your desires are. Children are more important than your desires. And if you can't put the children first, then you don't understand what love is. And therefore, you cannot really love a child if you don't understand what that child needs. And what that child needs is a mother and a father. However, on the extreme case, if there is absolutely no adoptive heterosexual married couples, I'd it's better for a kid to have someone to love them than no one. So that's all I'll put there. Hello, Eden. Ladies and gentlemen, Eden is here to stand over me. But the fight's not over. The plan says the Biden plan pledges to overturn. Oh, I already read that. The Trump proposal would reverse an Obama era rule that prevented federal grants from going to an entity that any entity that discriminates on the basis of sexual orientation or gender identity. Alliance Defending Freedom senior counselor Zach Pruitt said last year the new Trump rule would end discrimination against faith-based providers simply because of their beliefs about marriage. Well, it's kind of an important foundational belief about marriage. As President Biden, As President, Biden will repeal a rule if implemented, the Biden plan says. The Biden plan also pledges support for the Equality Act, which would amend the federal laws to prohibit discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity in public accommodations and facilities, education, federal funding, employment, housing, credit, and the jury system. That's a lot. Anyways, the point of this, I was actually trying to get to this article. John MacArthur had a message that identity groups have led to division, loss of joy in churches. I'd like to announce I'm transitioning from male to super male. All right. Bye, Eden. Thanks for stopping by. I agree with Mike. Family is better than institution. That's easy for you to say. Mike is stuttering because of an excess of colloidal silver. They don't have a plug and an outlet, so there's not electricity there. What about mother and father and father and father families? No. Whatever that means. It's crazy how Democrats, demon rats, says Maldicienten, are willing to lose an election by catering to 0.8% of the population. Right. They are. There are already problems with pregnancies in women's correctional facilities with trans detainees. Go figure. All right. Why are you scared of saying penis and vagina? It's a family show, man. Penis, vagina. Because I'm 8 years old. Shut up. Leave me alone. Bemoaning divisions within the body of Christ, Pastor John MacArthur this weekend said, the church has been harmed by identity groups that have led to anger and discord and a loss of joy. I don't hear a lot about pastoral joy. I don't hear a lot about congregational joy, MacArthur said at the Shepherd's Conference. Preaching from Philippians 1, MacArthur read from verse 27, where the Apostle Paul wrote, let your manner of life be worthy of the gospel of Christ, so that whether I come and see you or am absent, I may hear of you, that you are standing firm in one spirit, with one mind, striving side by side for the faith of the gospel. The whole message of Paul here is unity for the sake of joy, MacArthur said, later adding that Paul excludes heresy from biblical unity. The church should be the most joyful assembly of human beings on the planet, MacArthur said. MacArthur then lamented divisions within the church. Do I need to say churches and the church in general is dysfunctional? He asked. That it is morbidly internally hostile to itself in so many cases. Do I need to say the churches are marked by anger, disappointment, discord, resentment? Do we need to say, he said, that evangelical Christianity is fractured into all kinds of identity groups that are all demanding their moment in the sun, and that everybody pay attention to them and give them what they think they deserve? Do I need to remind you there are more victim categories than there are victims, and that everybody's been abused, and that everybody's been offended, and the price you pay for that is no joy? The sermon led some to debate on social media by those who had read only a partial quote. This quote makes no sense. There are no victim categories. There are abuser categories, one person tweeted. Another wrote on Twitter, I firmly believe every human being at one point or another plays the role of the offender and the offended due to our common sin nature. While we cannot change our past offenses and hurts, we can all find a new way forward in Christ. Still another wrote, John's point is immediately proven by all the people who responded by acting like victims of what he said. So a lot of truth in there, guys. A lot of truth. You know what? I need some light over here eating this. Eden's messing with my lights. Oh. Get rid of that little flickering. Actually, is that the right color? Let me try this color. That's fine. I have to light my backdrop so that it doesn't do the flickering thing. All right. Let me move this over here. Oops. Whoopsie. And move this. Nope, that's not the right one. This over here. There we go. Let's see what you guys are saying. We should be reading Revelations. Jeff Potts. There's no S in Revelation. Psalm 133 says Pete Mack. I've got my psalm. It's Psalm 44. 43? 42? What are we on today? Hang on. 40. Psalm 44 today. You should know that. Wow, did I just turn red because of that psalm thing? Why am I so red? That was weird. I look really red. I looks really red. All right, let me scroll up, and see what you guys are talking about. It's the Friday Night Bullpen logo. Oh, my Pete's sake. Stupid Fraza, schmacka. Bam. All right, there. Pennies haven't been copper for... I know. Raythulus says, copper is very easy to OD on. Cooking in old copper pots and pans could very well kill you. Is that true? We're not talking about lead here. What up, dumbest name? Like, share, everybody. Like and share. Do that thing. Copper poisoning is rare. Best to take safe precautions when cooking with copper pans. And again, that might very well be copper in its natural state. Colloidal copper, however, like I said, is it's different. It's different, and it's better for your body, and it's necessary for your body. But just like anything, I mean, too much water can kill you. You can drink. You can literally die of water poisoning. So don't be like, oh, you can't take copper. Copper will kill you. It's like, okay, don't drink coffee. Coffee will kill you. Coffee probably will kill me. Water will kill me too. I'm suicidal right now. That Biden clip is out of context. It's a wonderful clip, though. It's not out of context. He just fumbled it and bumbled it and then said it, and it's like, whoops. We can only re-elect Donald Trump. That's beautiful. It's beautiful, man. I enjoyed that video today of Biden attacking an auto worker over the Second Amendment. Oh yeah, that was good stuff. Man, he's a barrel of laughs every day. I mean, I kind of want him to be president just so that we can have like ongoing Biden. Yeah, it'll be like stupid things Biden and AOC said today. That'll be like the Daily Show. Biden says enough crazy stuff in context that there's really no need to take stuff out of context, like the "we can only re-elect Trump" statement. It's not out of context in that sense. He didn't say we can only re-elect Trump on purpose. He bumbled that line. In context, it's a rambling mess of incoherence, just because that's Biden. No looking at Bettina. Roscoe says the frogs don't want to be gay. Mistletoe says homeschooling looking better and better all the time. Indeed, homeschooling is the best. That's already happening. I don't know what you're saying is already happening. So, milking the lizard. I've done that accidentally. Gonna step out for a moment. There are problems with pregnancies in women. Oh, we already read that. Have a burrito. Thank you very much. Yeah, read that. Fundamental. I think Mike has a fundamental misunderstanding of basic electronics. I agree with Mike on that. Any family is better than an institution. But priority always has to be a stable, non-psychotic mother and father. I'd like to announce I'm transitioning. Oh, we already read that. I identify as the IRS. Give me your money. No. Pronounce it like Trump pronounces China. Oh, you mean China? Stop that. PP and vajayjay it is then. All right. Ma vajayjay. Ma vajayjay. I miss China. She was a troubled woman, but she seems sweet. I'm all for Biden winning the Democrat nomination. Given that the debates will be longer than 7 minutes, the entertainment value alone will be priceless. Amen. What are you doing, and why are you doing it in here while I'm doing my show? Ooh, I skipped all the way down. All right, let's see. We should be reading Revelation. I guess official church in the country presents problem. Oh, I guess having one official church in the country prevents problem like this. No, it's not. It's not the division of the churches. It's the division in the churches, right? It's having this identity politics mantra pumped into people's psyche all week long, and then they get to church and you're like, oh man, this, it's like me. It's not. Church is not about you. Church is about Christ and how you can divest yourself of you to be closer to Christ, how you can stop caring about your needs and start taking care of other people's needs and loving other people. Identity politics is all about you. It is a self-aggrandizing, self-victimizing, what's that called when they beat themselves over the back? I can't remember what it's called. Self-abusing. It's self-abusing. Identity politics is self-abuse. And you have to get away from the self in order to embrace Christ and Christianity. So that's what I'm saying. But 133 is only 3 verses. You want me to go to 133 because it's 3 verses? Oh, come on, man. Come on. Hello and blessings. Hello, Sharon, my old friend. It takes an excessive amount of copper to make you ill. Yeah. I agree with the title, by the way. Thank you, dumbest name. Takes a lot of water. Takes a lot of copper. I've swallowed pennies as a kid. Who hasn't? Everyone swallowed a penny, right? I'm sure. It didn't kill me. The Romans used to boil their wine in lead pots. It was the lead that made the wine sweet. Good thinking. Coffee infused death. What a way to go. They boiled vinegar to make lead acetate, which they would sometimes add to soured wine. Oof. Interesting. All right, let's see. Elka was worth an ID flagellating. ELCA is the worst in that ID. Gosh darn it, my vision is getting bad. I need to do something about it. I was at church and on Friday, and the music, what do you call him? Worship leader asked me to do like the monitor thing where you click from one. Right, the lyrics come up on screen, and so you're on the computer and you're like clicking the lyrics, and the lyrics from the first song to the third song got progressively smaller to the point where like it was like 6-point font on the screen, and I'm like, it's first of all it's dark, so my vision is worse, and then the lyrics are just getting smaller and smaller, and I'm like trying to follow along with the song, and I'm like, I can't even see what it says. It was so bad. Use dark mode on your screens, bruh. Yeah, I'm sure I can figure that out. Anyhow, why don't we move on along and read some scriptures, man. Psalm 44 is where we're at. Boop, 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 doo, doo, doo. All right. Pro presenter. We walk by faith, not by sight. Time for Psalm 130. All right. Let's do Psalm 133 first, since Pete Mac is desperate to hear Psalm 133. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. Yeah, that's a good one. Thank you, Pete Mac. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard that went down to the skirts of his garments, as the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountain of Zion. For there the Lord commanded the blessing, even life forevermore. Amen. Amen. Psalm 44, however, is the topic of the day. Sorry if I'm being distracted by the cat wrestling behind me. Max! Hey, Max. Okay, can't read it on that screen. I'll read it on the screen. To the chief musician, for the sons of Korah, Mashil. We have heard with our ears, O God, our fathers have told us what work thou didst in their days, in the times of old. How thou didst drive out the heathen with thy hand, and plantest them. How thou didst afflict the people, and cast them out. For they got not the land in possession by their own sword, neither did their own arm save them. But thy right hand and thine arm and the light of thy countenance, because thou hadst a favor unto them. Thou art my king, O God. Command deliverances for Jacob. Through thee will we push down our enemies. Through thy name will we tread them under that rise up against us. For I will not trust in my bow. I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me. Oh, that's hard to remember, isn't it? You always want to fight your own fights. But it is God who redeems, God who saves us. But thou hast saved us from our enemies. Thou hast put them to shame that hated us. In God we boast all the day long and praise thy name forever. Selah. But thou hast cast off and put us to shame, and goest not forth with our armies. Thou makest us to turn back from the enemy, and they which hate us spoil for themselves. Thou hast given us like sheep appointed for meat, and hast scattered us among the heathen. This is I don't know if this is a prophecy or something they were going through at the time. Thou sellest thy people for naught, and dost not increase thy wealth by their price. Thou makest us a reproach to our neighbors, a scorn and a derision to them that are round about us. Thou makest us a byword among the heathen, a shaking of the head among the people. My confusion is continually before me. That's just my life, isn't it? And the shame of my face hath covered me. For the voice of him that reproacheth and blasphemeth by reason of the enemy and avenger. All this is come upon us, yet have we not forgotten thee, neither have we dealt falsely in thy covenant. Our heart was not turned back, neither have our steps declined from thy way. Though thou hast sore broken us in the place of dragons, and covered us with the shadow of death, if we have forgotten the name of our God, or stretched out our hands to a strange God, shall not God search this out? For he knoweth the secrets of the heart. Yea, for thy sake are we killed all the day long. We are counted as sheep for the slaughter. Awake, why sleepest thou, O Lord? Arise, cast us not off forever. Wherefore hidest thou thy face, and forgettest our afflictions and our oppression? For our soul is bowed down to the dust. Our belly cleaveth unto the earth. Arise for our help, and redeem us for thy mercy's sake. Ooh. That is a prayer. That is a prayer ripe for today. That is a prayer ripe for today. Oh man, I am so bad at keeping secrets. So I will keep it. I just think I need you guys to pray for me because there's something I'm hoping happens that I'm hoping happens. So I can't give you any details, but please pray for me and that my plans are God's will, or not my plans, but God's plans are for this, redeeming us for His mercy's sake, right? God will defend us. God will protect us. He'll let us go through the crap. He will. But it is for His reasons. It is for good reasons. And so, yeah, never forget that, guys. All right, you're talking about making wine in the chat. Talking about wine in the chat. All right, you guys want to see what I'm working on? I know I shared it. I shared it on Twitter, but you guys may not have seen it. Share screen. And this is something else. So I was using some Trump reference to, oops. Gosh darn it, his coat is too purple. So irritated by this. I need to somehow find a way to register. It seems like the only thing that really gets off is dark blues. Dark blues really kind of just get wonky from one monitor to the other. But yeah, I'll be working on coloring this one up today. Got Kim, got Donald. Almost done. I'm not sure I'm 100% with that. But anyways, you did miss that. All right. Well, again, Magnificent 7. That's what you want to look for and sign up for that email list. I also posted up the, okay, for those who didn't see, open recent. Trump cover, Maga 7, Dean cover with logos. Maga 7. Here's the Dean cover. I did just post that up too, and Dean shared it out too. So check this out. Look at my Magnificent 7 logo. Cool, right? Cool, right? Oh, man, I was just talking to a friend who, man, he got raped. Someone charged him mad money to design a logo, and I'm like, what? I'm like, dude, you're killing me. Nobody buys a book based on the logo, and you just put yourself... Are you planning on streaming the Lone Star coloring too? Yeah. That sounds like fun. I could do that if you want me to. If not, whatever. You need to calibrate your monitor. We've already gone through this, bro. Cross-examinations are always encouraging. Thank you, Gabrielle. I'm encouraged that anyone shows up here to listen to me. I mean, like I was saying at the beginning, look, a home church is like, 15 to 20 people. I've got 37 people here. That's the size of a small church, right? I'm not saying I'm a pastor. This isn't a church. I'm just saying the reach of people that I have, there's a responsibility for me to be encouraging and to read the word and try to reach people, with the gospel. And so I love that, sometimes these cross-examinations will get 300, 400, 500 people like watching this after the fact. That's wonderful. It's wonderful. Yeah, I know they're different. I like it better like this. So logos are expensive because they are important. Well, Joe, there's important and there's charging a little dude who doesn't have any money the same thing as you would charge, DC Comics or whatever. Right? It might be important, but it's not going to make... I'm not going to say how much he paid for this logo, but it's not going to make that much money in difference for the logo. So it just kind of killed me that he got charged so much. And I don't remember the name of the guy that did it. I'm not pointing anybody out, and I know the designers deserve the money they get. It's an important job. You're making a point. It is important, but bloody hell, when you're trying to build a jalopy, you don't spend half of your budget on the hood ornament. Anyhow, let's not worry about that. Stop sharing. So anyways, that's the American Avenger Magnificent 7 logos. I think they're good enough. I am by no means the world's greatest logo designer, but I like the embossing. I like the one that you don't like the embossing. I think that's cool. Look at that. Bang. Magnificent 7. Yeah. Oops. American Avenger. Yeah. It feels like classic Americana, doesn't it? It looks like the logo from some old school American burger joint. That's I love that. That's what I'm going for. I didn't want to just rip off some Superman logo or something, even though I'm ripping off the Superman costume. Dang, that's fancy. Say we don't know who he is. We don't know who he is. What? We don't know who. What? Yes, Mike. Thank you. That's what I like to hear. All right, we got 3 minutes left. You guys got anything you want to talk about? Mike, I'm a graphic designer. Drop the embossing. LOL. No, Joe. I like the embossing. I will maintain the embossing because that's what I want to do. And you may be a graphic designer, but I am also an artist, and that's my choice. Bang! Say we don't know who he is. I still don't understand what does this mean? Say we don't know who he is. Explain that to me, Joe. I don't understand what that means. Gail Stafford, can MAGA be a slightly different color or font? Because I think most people are just going to read that as MAGA, magnificent. Of wonder, looks cool. Like a great classic car font. Yeah. Classic car. It reminds me of like a burger joint. I don't know, like Johnny Rockets or something. It looks cheesy. Have you seen the comic? I mean, it's a lark. It's a lark. I appreciate your input, Joe, but I'm going to disagree with you. Mike, 2 cents. Try the bottom text in white. Might read better. Looks good either way. Oh, the Avenger part in white? American Avenger. Oh, I meant say the price of the logo. We don't know the artist or the book. Oh, I think it was $700. Stop encouraging him, people. The embossing looks cool. That's right. Which again would be great if you're charging DC Comics $700 for a logo. That's one thing. If you're charging somebody who's trying to just scrape together enough money to print a comic book and maybe make enough money to survive while he draws the comic book, whoo, that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. And there's no way he's going to sell an extra $700 worth of a book because of a logo. He could literally write the logo in crayon. Probably wouldn't make that much of a difference in sales. I am no one, but I can assure you the gold is staying. The gold is staying. Oh, yeah. That's my color, man. That's my jam. When I was doing Alias Comics and Abacus Comics, gold, this goldenrod color, that was like my thing. I love that. Joe says he would charge DC $2,000 for a logo. Right on, man, if you can get it. The thing is, DC has internal graphics designers, so they don't hire out. So that was probably a bad example to make. Gosh, who uses logo? Who? I mean, I'm sure there's a. Who are some of your clients, Joe? What kind of clients do you use? We have no time for you to answer that question, but if you can throw it in there before I wrap up the show, I'd be great. All right. Drop shadows. That's right. And I did solid drop shadows instead of like shadows, just a solid black drop shadow. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That is all. Will I be streaming my coloring process on the other channel? You know what? I really need to listen to this audiobook. So I'm probably going to not do that today. Darn it, I should, though. I need to keep up on that. But I'm not. I'm going to not. God bless everyone. That's why I would charge them so much. God bless everybody. We'll see you. I don't know. Maybe I'll do something tonight. But I got work to do. So y'all be good to each other. Give somebody a hug today. Like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. And subscribe over to Mike Draws Comics. I really do want to focus on building that channel up because it's an art channel and I am an artist and it seems like that's important. So we'll see you next time, guys. God bless.